You found it. You weren't looking for it, were you? Or maybe you were. Maybe something deep inside you has been searching for exactly this, without even knowing what this is. A whisper in the back of your mind that said, there's something more. A pull you couldn't explain, couldn't ignore, couldn't quite put into words. Something that made you click on this video. Something that made you stay. It doesn't matter how you got here. What matters is that you're here now. And that means something. That means you're ready, even if you don't feel ready. Even if part of you is already wondering what you've gotten yourself into. Even if another part of you is already sinking, already softening, already beginning to let go. And there it is, the spiral. Just look at it for a moment. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to try to relax. You don't have to try to focus. You don't have to try at all. Just let your eyes rest on the spiral and notice how naturally they follow the curves, how effortlessly they trace the lines that wind inward, always inward, toward that dark and quiet center where something waits for you. The spiral moves slowly, turning, always turning, and your eyes want to follow because that's what eyes do. They're drawn to movement, drawn to patterns, drawn to things that pull them in and hold them there without any effort at all. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with letting your gaze soften and your attention narrow until the spiral is all you see, all you think about, all that matters in this moment. You can look away anytime you want. Of course you can. This is just a video after all. Just sounds and colors and a spiral spinning on a screen. You're in complete control. You could close this right now and go do something else. You could pretend you never saw it. Pretend you never felt that first little tug of curiosity that brought you here. But you're still looking, aren't you? Still watching. Still following the lines as they curve and twist and pull you deeper without you even noticing how deep you've already gone. And that's interesting, isn't it? How easy it is to keep watching. How natural it feels to let your thoughts slow down and your breathing deepen and your whole body begin to settle into something that feels almost like peace, almost like coming home. Good. That's very good. Let your breathing find its own rhythm now. Not because I'm telling you to, but because it feels right. Because the spiral is slow and steady, and something inside you wants to match that pace. Wants to synchronize with that gentle, endless turning. Inhale slowly, feeling your chest expand and your shoulders lift just slightly, and exhale even more slowly, feeling everything release, everything let go, everything settle. The spiral turns, your breath flows, and somewhere in your chest, in your shoulders, in the tight places you didn't even realize were tight, something begins to loosen. Something begins to soften. Something begins to remember what it feels like to not hold on so hard. I'm not going to make you do anything. That's not how this works. That's not how transformation happens. I'm just going to invite you to notice things, to pay attention to what's already happening inside you, beneath the surface, in the places where change begins before you even know it's starting. Because so much is already happening, isn't it? Your body is already relaxing, even though you didn't tell it to. Your mind is already quieting, even though you didn't try to silence it. Your thoughts are already spacing out, drifting apart like clouds in a slow wind, leaving room for something else to emerge. Notice how your shoulders have dropped. Maybe you didn't tell them to, but they dropped anyway. They knew what you needed before you did. Notice how your jaw has unclenched, how the tiny muscles around your eyes have softened, how your hands have stopped gripping whatever they were holding and just rest now, open and soft and ready. The spiral doesn't demand anything from you. It simply invites, and you're accepting that invitation right now, whether you meant to or not. Letting your thoughts slow down, letting the world outside this moment grow dim and distant and unimportant. Letting yourself sink just a little deeper with each breath, each turn of the spiral, each word that flows into your mind like water finding its natural path downward. Just a little deeper, just a little more relaxed, just a little closer to that quiet place where the noise stops and something else begins, where the mask loosens and something true starts to peek through. Now, here's the thing about spirals that most people never realize. They go deeper, always deeper. Each turn pulls you closer to the center. And the center, that dark and quiet place at the very heart of the spiral, that's where everything becomes clear. That's where the truth lives. Your truth. The things you've hidden even from yourself. The things you've felt but couldn't name. The things you've wanted but were afraid to want, because wanting them might mean admitting something you're not quite ready to admit. What truth? You might be wondering, what could possibly be waiting in the center of a spiral on a screen? Your truth. The one that belongs only to you. The one that's been waiting your entire life for you to finally look deep enough to see it. You see, everyone who looks into this spiral sees something different. Because the spiral doesn't show you what I want you to see. It doesn't plant ideas or create desires from nothing. It simply reveals what's already there. What's been there all along, hiding in the depths of your mind, waiting for exactly this moment, waiting for you to finally look deep enough, relax enough, trust enough to let it show itself. So let me ask you something important. As you watch the spiral turn, as your breath slows and your mind quiets and your body sinks deeper into relaxation, as everything else fades away and only this moment remains, only this spiral, only this feeling of falling gently towards something you can't quite see yet, what do you see? Maybe it's just colors at first. Swirls of purple and black, blending and shifting at the edges of your vision. That's fine. That's the surface. That's where everyone starts. But you're not going to stay there, are you? Something in you wants to go deeper, needs to go deeper, has been waiting so long to finally go deep enough to see what's really there. So let your eyes relax even more. Let the spiral pull you in just a little further. Let yourself fall toward that dark center where something waits, something patient, something that's been waiting for you specifically, for this exact moment, for this exact breath. There, right there, in the center of the spiral, where the lines converge and the colors deepen into shadow, something moves. What is it? Don't force it. Don't try to see it clearly yet. That's not how this works. The spiral reveals things at its own pace, and trying to rush it only pushes the vision further away. Just notice. A shape, a shadow, a flicker of something that feels strangely, impossibly familiar. Like a memory you never made, like a dream you've had 1,000 times but can never quite remember when you wake. Maybe it has fur, soft and thick, the kind you want to sink your fingers into. Maybe it has feathers, smooth and sleek, catching light that isn't there. Maybe scales that shimmer with colors you can't name. Maybe claws or paws or hooves. Maybe a tail that sways with a life of its own. Maybe something you've never seen before, but somehow recognize instantly, bone deep, soul deep. You don't know yet. You can't see it clearly yet. The spiral doesn't reveal everything at once. That would be too easy. That wouldn't mean anything. Instead, it teases. It hints. It shows you just enough to make you hungry for more. Just enough to plant a seed of curiosity that will grow in the dark places of your mind until you have no choice but to come back and look deeper. But you felt it, didn't you? That little spark of recognition. That moment where something inside you, something deep and primal and true, looked at that shadow in the center and said, oh, that's me. That's what I am. That's what I've always been. Underneath everything, waiting to be seen, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting for someone to finally look deep enough to find it. And then it was gone. The spiral keeps turning. The shape fades back into the swirls, and you're left with nothing but a memory of a glimpse, a taste of something you almost understood, a feeling in your chest that might be longing or might be fear or might be something else entirely, something that doesn't have a name yet because you've never let yourself feel it before. Frustrating, isn't it? You want to see it again. You want to see it clearer. You want to know what it was, what it is, what's hiding in the center of the spiral. What's hiding in the center of you? That feeling, hold on to it. Don't let it fade. Don't let it disappear into the noise of your everyday life. That pull toward the center, that curiosity that borders on need, that hunger to look deeper, to understand, to finally see your truth clearly enough to name it. That's the spiral working. Not forcing you. Never forcing. The spiral doesn't need to force anything. It simply shows you that there's more. That you are more. More than you let yourself be. More than you let yourself feel. More than anyone has ever seen, because you've never shown them. You've never even shown yourself. Until now. And now you know. You know the spiral exists. You know there's something in the center waiting for you. Something that's yours and yours alone. Something that calls to you even now. Even as you begin to surface. Even as you start to remember the world outside this moment. It calls, and part of you wants to answer. Part of you wants to sink back down and keep looking until you see it clearly, until you understand, until you know beyond any doubt what that shape is and what it means, and why it feels so impossibly, achingly familiar. You could walk away right now. Close the video. Tell yourself it was nothing. Go back to your normal life, with your normal thoughts and your normal feelings, and pretend you never saw what you saw. Pretend you never felt what you felt. Pretend that glimpse of something in the center didn't shake something loose inside you, didn't wake something up, didn't plant a seed that's already starting to grow. But you won't forget. You can't forget. Because the spiral has touched you now. It's planted something inside you, or maybe it just woke something that was always there, sleeping, waiting, dreaming of the day you would finally look deep enough to find it. And that something is going to grow, slowly, quietly, in the background of your mind where you can't quite see it but can always feel it. Every time you close your eyes tonight, you might see it. Just for a moment, just a flash of purple and black, that swirl, that pull toward the center, that shadow of something waiting, Every time you see something spiral in the real world, water draining in a sink, coffee swirling in a cup, a loading icon spinning on a screen, you might feel it. That little tug in your chest, that whisper that says, remember? Remember what you saw? Remember what you felt? Remember what's waiting for you in the center of the spiral? The spiral doesn't chase you. It doesn't need to. It just waits, patient, eternal, knowing that eventually everyone comes back. Everyone needs to see more. Everyone needs to understand what that shape was, what it meant, why it felt like looking into a mirror and seeing someone else looking back. And you will too. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon the curiosity will grow. The pull will strengthen. And one day, one night, one quiet moment when you can't stop thinking about it, you'll come back. You'll look deeper. You'll see more. Take a deep breath now. A slow, full breath that fills your lungs and reminds your body that it still belongs to you. For now, let yourself rise back toward the surface, back toward the light, back toward the world you came from, but not all the way. Keep a piece of this with you, that curiosity, that pull, that glimpse of something more. Let it settle into your chest, like a seed waiting to grow, like a spark waiting to catch fire, like a truth waiting to be spoken. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, stretch your fingers, roll your shoulders, feel yourself back in your body, back in your room, back in the world where everything seems normal, but nothing will ever feel quite the same. Before you go, one more thing. What did you see in the spiral? What shape flickered in the center? What truth reached out to touch you before it faded away? Leave a comment. Write it down. Say it out loud to yourself in the quiet of your room. Even if it was just a feeling, just a color, just a shadow, just a whisper of something you couldn't quite catch. Because naming it makes it real, and the spiral wants you to know what's real. See you in the next turn. You'll be back. I know you will. They always come back.